Well, good morning. Wow, we have got a very exciting show today. I cannot wait to introduce our special guest today. Her name is Kristin Tatman, and she is a transformational life coach. What are your goals? Perhaps you'd like to create a healthier, more fulfilling relationships, change your money story, and live abundantly, build confidence, be more assertive, enjoy optimum health and well being, or find your passion in life. If you're ready to break through and actually attain those goals, it's time that you met Kristin Tatman. As a transformational life coach and spiritual psychologist, Kristin is a master in helping you create the life of your dreams. As a small business owner for the past 20 years, Kristin has worked with professionals, entrepreneurs, and others just like you and me who are seeking the spiritual side of success, helping them accelerate their results as they create richer, more fulfilling lives. Her purpose is her passion to empower you to discover and live your best self as you live the life you love. So, good morning, Kristin. Thank you for joining us today.
Good morning. So glad to be here.
I know I am just totally in love with you. I believe I met you at eWomen Network. And I probably met you at one of your vendor tables and signed up for your vision board workshop, which I am totally in love with. And in fact, behind me over here, you can see my vision board here. Oh, let's see here. There we go. That I created at your workshop. And I have it in my office. It's normally across from my desk, and I can view it every morning when I start my day to remind myself of my vision and my focus and my why and my drive. So tell us a little bit more about your vision board workshops, their purpose, and how they help and serve us.
Well, so having a vision is really critical for us to see where we're going. You know,
Yeah.
when we lack planning, we don't really know where we're trying to get to. So it's super important. You know, one of the laws of the universe is really to understand the law of order, and in order for us to be really functioning at our peak performance, we need to have order. So we need to have order in our calendars. We need to really be planning out our time. We need to understand what it is that we want to create and we need to have a clear vision. If we don't have a clear vision of what we're going for, there's no way we can create it. And that's what people don't understand. People think that vision boards don't really work, and then the idea is that they don't understand that they have to spend time with it. They have to stay with that vision and keep spending time being in the vision in order
Yeah.
to get it. And a lot of us just don't want to get clear. You know, we're resistant. We're resistant to change.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
know why we're resistant, but there's a part in each of us that's afraid to move forward in that area. So a lot of people don't even want to do any goal setting or vision boarding. But you know, doing this and writing out a clear vision of where you see yourself going, that's how you get. So
Yes. Well, it's amazing when I look at my vision board behind me, how some of the items that I have on the board have actually come to fruition.
yes,
And in fact, here we are today, sharing stories, sharing news, sharing information, and beautifulfacesgoingplaces.com. It's live and it's amazing how it works.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
So thank you.
yes, it's awesome. I'm glad to see you have it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the focus in your coaching practice is on improving mindset and creating a vision for your life. In regards to creating a life that you love, does mindset really matter?
Yeah, so mindset is really, in my opinion, it's the most important thing that we
Mhm.
can work on with ourselves. You know, we do self improvement, personal development. We go to sales trainings, we go to branding workshops, we go to a lot of these things, and they're all super, super important. But if you don't have the right mindset around your own success and your belief in yourself, if you have limiting beliefs that are holding you back, you know, we have beliefs that come from our childhood that come from maybe what a teacher said to us, maybe a client can't fired us at one point. So we create these beliefs about our capabilities and what we are able to do. And we store those in our unconscious mind. And so what happens is a lot of times when we go out to sell something, we may be fearful to sell. Well, we need to get to the root. We now have the tools. We've learned how to sell, but we don't know what's keeping us from making a sale, saying, and that's
Yes.
what, we procrastinate, and people are trying to figure out why they're procrastinating, why they don't follow up with themselves, why they aren't moving forward and keeping the commitments that they've made. And it's
Mhm.
all mindset. So that's why I feel like it's the most important place we can start. And that's why I spend my time, learning about it and teaching it, because I realize
Mhm.
that it's really the root of what people need to do the work in before they can have the success that they really want to have.
Right, right. It's that same theory of, your thoughts become things,
Yes.
and your thoughts create your reality.
Yep.
What you
What,
focus on comes about. So because you're concentrating your entire focus on an outcome maybe, or a situation,
mhm.
um, and that becomes your reality. So
And
it,
back to the vision board, the same idea. You focus on, you attract, and what you bring into your life. So focusing on the vision that you've created for yourself
mhm.
will bring it to you. But until you are clear what that looks like, you can't create it.
Yes,
So it's
yeah.
all tied together. That's why I love visioning and mindset together.
Mhm.
I think they're
Yes.
both super critical. And, understanding what you value as well. I think that's a third
Mhm.
component that's very important. Knowing what your core values are, because they also are driving you.
Right, right. I love what you said earlier, when you were just explaining, your coaching practice and how you help your clients about procrastination. And I also, I mean, I think a couple of years ago struggled with perfection, and it's not a good thing because, perfection.
Wear it like a badge of honor. We think,
Right. I'm like, yeah, perfection actually leads to procrastination because, it's if you wait till everything is perfect, you'll never get there. So it's like, do the best you can and jump in and do it, and then tweak it along the way. So,
jumping in is the key. Being in action is the most important thing we can do. And we have this part in us that's always fearful. It's that fight or flight. It's like we start to take action and then the fear comes up. And so I teach my clients, I'm like, you have to just notice that those fears are what you want. As much as they feel scary, once they come up and you take action on them, they go away. But the fear is there because it's afraid you're going to take the action. But notice when it's coming up, oh, this,
right.
well, that's cool. That means I'm taking the right action as well. So
Yes. Well, and it's amazing to see what happens once you cross that fear factor, you cross that line,
mm,
and you get to the other side, and you're like, wow, that wasn't so bad.
exactly.
That was actually kind of fun.
I was thinking yesterday, I was writing something about, I forget something from my program that's coming up, but I remember sitting there and thinking about how much I love change. Like I consider myself a change agent. I
Yeah.
embrace um, this kind of thing. I mean, as much as I don't like it in the moment, as I feel it
Mhm.
coming up, what I love it. Like it's an adrenaline rush for me to push myself up against my limits. And
Yeah.
people can start shifting their mindset just to notice the fear coming up and going, oh, cool, here you are, instead of, oh my gosh, I can't deal with this. This is so scary. That's a whole mindset thing right there.
Yeah.
Just changing it. Do you want this to be a negative thing or do you want this to be a positive? This fear is actually propelling you forward. So embrace
Right.
it. Oh, here you are. Let's do this. And it makes it easier.
Yes, exactly. So it's really, I think what you do is you help your clients be aware of their thoughts.
Yes.
And then once you're aware of your thoughts and what you're thinking, you can stop it in its track and immediately change it. And
Yes.
if you can understand that power and train your brain, train yourself,
Yeah.
and being mindful of your thoughts and then changing them immediately so that it's you're going in another direction, into the direction that you want to be going. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I mean, that's the key. It's just, I teach a class, thought pattern perfecting. I think you're familiar with it too.
yes,
But I teach people how, 90% of the time we're unconscious of what we're actually doing. We just go through, we brush our teeth, we make our coffee. We don't even
right,
know did I make my coffee? Oh, yeah, I did.
right,
You're not even aware of what we're doing. and only 10%
Right.
we're consciously aware. And so if you think about like 90% of what's going on and what you're thinking and doing is coming from your unconscious mind. uh,
Right.
if you can become conscious of those thoughts, which I teach people just how to, all you do is you just speak it into your phone. You speak the thoughts, the beliefs, the patterns of behavior that you're noticing are coming up for yourself. You speak it into your phone. And, at the end of the week, at the end of a month, you look through and you see all the things that come up, and you can literally uncover the thoughts that you're having that are keeping you stuck, that are holding you back. It really isn't that complicated. A lot of people just don't know that we have the ability to figure out what we're doing that's not working. And so
Right.
that's my other class. I love that. That lights me up because I love seeing people when the light goes off, they're like, oh my gosh, because the little voice in our head is going
Yeah.
constantly. David or Michael Singer, The Untethered Soul, he calls it your inner roommate. And he's talking about how this little voice is always, like while I'm talking to you right now, I had a little conversation that went over here that said, oh, it would be nice if I was looking up at the thing, but I like looking at Carol's eyes. So talking to you, there's conversations going on in my head.
Right.
Another one was, oh, I wish I could take a sip of water over there while I'm talking to Carol. And so there's constantly, even when we're,
Right.
and you need to teach yourself to be really present to the people that you're talking to,
Yes.
to be really intentional, to really understand that,
Mhm.
being present and mindful in all moments is where you're going to have the most success. And,
Right.
people, I used to call myself a whirling dervish, chicken with my head cut off, and an ADD. My kids had ADD, and I was studying ADD a lot, and so I would say I must have ADD. But really, what it is, it's that I'm not being mindful. I'm not being present. I'm not
Right.
actually paying attention to what's going on. I'm looking for more and more distractions, and I'm listening to these
Mhm.
voices, and that's keeping me from keeping an organized desk, from keeping an organized planner, from keeping an organized life, because I'm
Mhm.
constantly being taken off by the voices.
Right.
So it's really
Wow.
super cool. Yeah.
I've never thought of it that way. Thank you so much for sharing that because I've always thought I had ADD. But maybe, and I, all the multitasking and, doing this, that all over the place. And I think it sounds like it might just be
And
mindfulness.
really that you have a busy mind, and we're all very intelligent,
Mhm.
and when we have the busier mind that we have, the more intelligence we have, so the more thoughts are coming through. So it's and that's why so many kids that have autism and ADD or that are diagnosed that way, they have
Mhm.
so much going on because their thoughts are coming in so quickly that they don't know how to slow them down. So if you
Right.
start recognizing, I used to think I had ADD, but I tried all the medicines. My kids have been on all of them, and it
Mhm.
never worked. And it was when I started doing meditation and mindfulness and started studying my mindset and noticing what my thoughts were, I realized that I was creating that reality for myself.
Mhm.
And so now when I see myself going off on these little tangents, I can just bring myself back in and go, get grounded, get centered, be present. And I just say, we're not doing that right now. And it's amazing. You can direct your mind to stop the chatter.
Wow.
They don't know they have the tools. We have all the tools inside of ourselves to heal ourselves, to fix what's not working. And that's the kind of stuff I love teaching people.
Yes.
You could tell I get excited.
I know. I love it. So, I wanted to ask you how you can identify and change your thoughts and beliefs that are holding you back. So
Yeah.
when,
So what I was describing earlier, what I tell people to do is just to take, start with your notes in your phone. And I just call it patterning. And if
Mhm.
you are interested in this, there's a free description of this. It's a 4-page process. It's pretty simple, but it's on my website. It's the freebie on my website. But basically, you just want to be tracking in your phone, call it your patterning for October, or whatever. I usually put today's date, I'll just put the 25th. And then I'll just say, I just noticed I was talking to Carol and my mind started going off in different directions while I was actually doing an interview with her. Isn't that interesting? And so you just write that down. And then you might write something else down. I noticed I can't get out of my driveway and I'm very frustrated. Everybody seems to be so self-centered in the world, but what are your thoughts? Because your thoughts are creating your reality. So if you're having negative thoughts towards the people in your driveway, and if you're always expecting the people in your driveway not to let you out, you've got a scowl on your face you're not even aware of. And the people are looking over like, listen, sister, if you smiled or waved, I might let you in, but they're not going to. You know,
Right.
there's so we become aware. We just track inside of our phone all the things we do. And there's a couple more processes to it, but basically, all the patterns of behavior,
Mhm.
procrastination, perfectionism,
Yeah.
playing small, belittling yourself, comparing yourself to others. These are all patterns of behavior that we've just innately taken in, and we can change them. Like we
Yeah.
can get rid of them once we see them in writing, because once you see them in writing, it's not an unconscious way of being anymore. Now you're conscious of it. And the next time you procrastinate, you're like, oh, we did that like 30 times last week. So we're not doing that anymore. I see you coming, because we're being very conscious of what we're thinking. So I
Right.
love that. That's a really simple process that people can do by themselves.
Yes. Yeah. No, I love that too.
Yeah.
I think one of the conversations that I've had with you in the past that really was striking for me and very helpful was being aware of your thoughts and your feelings, and then your ability to change them, even if it's a perception of another person. Like, let's say you're struggling with an individual, a family member, or a colleague, or a business partner, or even a customer.
Right.
You're struggling with, and you have a perception about them. If you change that perception, it's amazing how your relationship changes with them as well.
Yes, that's so true. There's so much to that. There's not only about, so we're all energy, we're all energetic beings,
Mhm.
right? So, when you stand next to somebody and you put your hand up to their hand, you can feel their energy. And
Mhm.
people are not as aware of how their energy really is being projected out into the world. And they're also, they're not aware, you get a sense that someone doesn't like you. Well, we're pretty intuitive beings. Maybe they don't. But it also could be that we don't like them, because if we're projecting and looking at them from a state of like we don't like them, we're also sending that out to them. Like, I don't really like you. Well, they are picking up on that as well. So it's
Right.
important. Like if you're in a relationship with somebody, a coworker and a boss is a great example. If you
Yeah.
if you have a boss and you are staring, throwing daggers at your boss, and every time they come by your desk and ask you to do something, you're like cussing them out in your voice, and
Right.
they know, they feel it.
Yeah.
And that's what's so powerful. People don't realize. But if you can just start sending loving thoughts, if you can
Mhm.
start sending acceptance, and recognizing that everybody in this planet, we're all humans, right? We're all doing the best we can with what we know how, with what we
Yeah.
taught by our parents. Our parents are doing the best that they can do. So once we understand that our boss doesn't, our boss may not be attacking us. This may be something that happened from when their dad bullied
Mhm.
them as a child, and now they tend to bully people. And so we get very offended that we're being bullied, and we take it very personally. But we have to remember that person's doing the best they can. They don't know that they're bullying you. They're not waking up in the morning, I can't wait to go bully Kristin at work today. They're dealing with
Let's hope not.
yeah, they're dealing with the tools that they have from what they were given by the parents that did the best that they could with them. So if we can forgive those people, and if we can forgive our parents, and just understand that we're all doing the best that we can in the world, no one wakes up in the morning trying to make people angry. I mean, a very rare. There may be a few people that are that unhappy, but in general, everybody's just doing the best they can. And so,
Right.
yeah, you start thinking nice things. I had a really big breakthrough with a relationship that I was in by just sending thoughts. It was something I learned in class. I did this for 3 months, and I just sent positive thoughts to somebody in my life that I had always had difficulties with. And when I got to see them, I hadn't seen them for about 6 months. When we saw each other, the energy that we had for one another, and the love and the positivity, I've never experienced it in 20 years. It was powerful. And it's
Wow.
just, and it does, what the thing is,
Yeah.
we see electricity, right? So we can't see the internet, we can't see the Wi-Fi, but we
Mhm.
all trust that it works, right? But we
Yeah.
can't see our energy. So we don't think any of this is real. We think this is all made up, and oh, this isn't possible. Just like you can't see God or a higher power, but yet you are getting messages, you're getting downloads, you're getting things
Right.
somewhere, right? You can't see it, but
Yeah.
it's not real.
Right.
So
No, absolutely.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that is just changing your perception of the other person, or changing your perception of a situation actually can change the situation. So, and we get to choose how we perceive things. So I think that's one of the things that I've learned from you.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
I'll
So where can our viewers find you? And do you have any special upcoming events that you'd like to share?
Yeah, well, I have my last vision board workshop for the year this Friday. I'm taking November and December off from teaching. I'm getting ready for my mastermind group that's starting in January. So I will have three masterminds running at the same time. I just had one the last 6 months and it was super successful. And so I'll be teaching people a lot of this stuff and really helping people to stay focused on their vision, helping them to create a vision for their lives, stay focused on their vision, improve and change their mindset, and a whole bunch of other cool things about, building your business and helping people to stay on task and to really create the life that they love and that they dream about.
Yes.
So that's my that's that, and then I've got my vision board workshop, which is tomorrow night. It's in Madeira, and
Okay.
that's going to be 6:30 to 9:30, and we still have space. I forgot
Awesome.
to promote this one, so we've got 4 people coming right now. We've got room for 12. Love to have more people. Right
Yeah.
now, it's an intimate group, so it'll be great, and we're doing energy healing, clearing any energy blocks. If you've got a block around creating some success in your life and in your vision. I've got a friend, Sue, who's going to be there hosting us, and she's going to be giving everybody a 20-minute energy session. So that
That sounds awesome. So, and your website is?
site is www.kristin, Kristin, Tatman, Tatman.com.
All right. And
So,
then you will also be a guest speaker at our upcoming beautifulfacesgoingplaces.com first annual Women's Success Summit in Westchester, Ohio, Saturday, November 3rd from 9 to 5. So you can meet Kristin Tatman in person, and tickets are available at our website, which is live today, beautifulfacesgoingplaces.com. So we have a special new website, special offer for tickets. So visit the website, get your tickets, and we'd love to see your beautiful faces there.
yes.
Thank you so much, Kristin. You are just phenomenal. I love the work that you do, and empowering, inspiring, and helping women and men really achieve their goals and their dreams and live out their best lives. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
I know this was fun. Thank you so much. You have a fabulous day,
Yes.
and see you soon. All right. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.